Hello, welcome back to Truthseekerstea. My name is Kate, and I am thankful as always to have you here watching this pick a card reading. I am excited for today's topic. I really enjoy doing this one. I always enjoy watching these too, but the topic is how you currently think your person's feeling about you versus how they're actually feeling about you. So we'll be doing a little comparison of the two, see how accurate, or maybe unveiling things that you didn't already know about how they feel. So we have 3 piles for you to choose from. I don't know why I always say we have 3 piles. I have 3 piles for you to choose from. For pile 1, we have the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck with the pink quartz crystal. For pile 2, we have the Wild Unknown Tarot deck with the orange calcite crystal. This is a little bit washed out in the lighting, but you can see a little bit better closer. And for pile 3, this is the Cosmic Coven Tarot with the amethyst crystal. Also, I apologize if I sound very nasally. I am a little bit sick right now, but I'm feeling a little bit better, so I felt like I did want to get a video up. So go ahead and pick whichever pile you are feeling the most drawn to. I will, as always, have the timestamps linked down below. And I will be doing the part where we're looking at how you think your person's feeling. And so that should work as a pretty good energy check-in as to whether or not you feel like the pile you picked actually reflects the connection that you want to know more about. So I will see you at your reading, and I'll be starting with pile 1. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the pink quartz crystal with the Mystic Mondays Tarot deck, then this is going to be your reading about how you think your person's feeling about you versus how they're actually feeling about you. So I'm just going to get straight into it. You should probably be able to tell pretty quickly whether or not you feel like you're resonating, because we are going to be tapping into your subjective perspective on how this person is feeling about you at the moment. We're also going to be looking at like how you're perceiving their energy in general. So tapping into pile 1. How one's perception of how their person is feeling towards them. How is pile 1 currently thinking that their person is feeling towards them? Okay, we have the Page of Swords in reverse with the Ace of Pentacles coming out. Get a couple more and then I'll start channeling. 5 of Swords here in reverse. Okay. Can we clarify this Page of Swords, please? 10 of Wands. Okay, you may feel like your person is closed off to you right now. They may be, with the 10 of Wands here and the Page of Swords, there's almost a feeling of distance or having a guard up towards the connection. It almost feels like this person, you may be feeling like they are almost avoiding conversation with you, or it's almost like they're not showing you as much interest or attention as they may have in the past. But I'm going to finish the spread to go deeper into it. We have the King of Cups. Rise of 5 Swords here. 2 of Pentacles in reverse. Okay. And 2 of Cups at the back of the deck. All right. So there's a feeling here that this person is someone that you know is emotionally deep as a person. Like this is someone you perceive as not someone who's very shallow. Like you definitely know that this person has a lot of depth to them. But I feel like with this 5 of Swords here in reverse and the 2 Pentacles, I feel like there's a feeling that they may be overburdened like in their life right now, or they may be having a hard time prioritizing this relationship along with their other priorities in life. And so there's almost a feeling that that's been causing issues within this connection here. They may be a little bit like short with you, or it's like with this Page of Swords here, it's like there's almost in reverse, it's like there's almost a feeling of them feeling like there's too much on their plate. And so it's almost like they aren't as open to this connection. It's almost like you feel like you guys aren't seeing eye to eye anymore, or it's like there feels like there's some sort of interference from the external. Like it feels like this person, like you know that this person cares for you deeply and has a lot of love for you, but there's also this feeling of there being an imbalance in the connection because there's too much on this person's plate, or you feel like they may not be able to prioritize you, and some sort of like career or some other project that they may be working on right now. I want to get some more details on this. So can we clarify, why is this Ace of Pentacles here? What is this Ace of Pentacles representing? Ten of Pentacles. Yeah, and so it's almost like this person like does seem to be it's like they want to build something with you, I feel like, but you're almost concerned that they may be like burning out, or they may be struggling to keep up with everything. And it's almost like, you know, that this person does work really hard and like wants to build something with you, is what's coming through with the Ten of Pentacles there. But it's almost like, regardless of that, I feel like the burnout that this person might be feeling feels like it's causing like disagreements between you guys, you know? So and I feel like there's a part of you that's feeling like it is due to the lack of balance that's going on in this person's life. And it's like they may feel very responsible for providing, or they may feel like there's a lot of like masculine energy coming through as the way you perceive them. It's like you perceive that this person does want to work towards a future with you, but it's almost like they're getting like burnt out or something like that. So let's get some more about, what else do we want to go into? Why is the King of Cups here? Why is the King of Cups here? We have the Seven of Wands. Yeah, and so there's this feeling that you have about them. Like, I feel like you do know that there's a lot coming at this person right now, or like this person has a lot on their plate, a lot to defend. And I feel like there is this trust that you have in this person, like being a champion for you, or they maybe have in the past very much like defended this connection, you know? But I almost feel like recently it's been almost like it's getting to be a lot for them. There's just this overwhelming sense of like this person losing balance or losing control due to maybe something they're trying to achieve right now. And it's almost causing them to be a little bit short with you, or be a little bit unlike themselves. Like, I feel like this person usually is someone who's very like present and able to like give you the quality time that you need. But I almost feel like recently, like, it's like not as there's just this burnout element that I'm feeling. Why is the Page of Swords here in reverse? What is that telling us? Two of Swords in reverse. Yeah, and so it's almost like you feel like because of the strain that this person's been feeling, you almost feel like they may like occasionally be almost like questioning whether or not like they want this connection, or questioning where the connection is going. And almost like you feel like with this Page of Swords, it's almost like you can't get through to this person, or you're having a hard time communicating with them or understanding what they want. You're almost perceiving that they feel confused about what they want right now. And you also feel like it's hard to like get them to open up to you about it. Like, I feel like they're not really giving you very much clarity about it, or you perceive that they're confused about where this connection is headed, or whether or not it's going to be sustainable, is kind of what I'm getting. Why is the Five of Swords here in reverse? We have Judgment. Yeah, and you may be feeling like this person is like at this time where they're like trying to figure out what they want for this relationship. So I feel like you're perceiving that your person is at this point in their life where like they are reprioritizing their life. And I feel like you perceive that they're trying to reflect on everything and figure out whether or not almost this relationship fits into what they want. Like, are they going to prioritize this relationship? You feel like they're making a decision, and you feel like they're reflecting on maybe like the conversations you guys have had in this relationship. Maybe like at times you guys may have butted heads just because like attention span was running short almost. And it's almost like you feel like this person may be like reflecting on that, and like how maybe there hasn't been very much balance even within this connection. And so I feel like there's a part of you that feels like this person would always fight for this connection, but there's almost a fear that maybe they're debating it, is what I'm getting. Why is the Two of Pentacles here in reverse? Page of Pentacles. And then we have the Queen of Cups. Yeah, again, it's like balancing these opportunities that they're getting in life with like I just heard happy wife, happy life. Like, you don't have to necessarily be married to this person, but there's almost this feeling of potentially your needs going unmet the more that they are pursuing things in a like financial sense, or like opportunities that are like tangible, like a job, a title, a promotion, maybe like a hobby, or some sort of like maybe going back to school, some new project that I feel like they're having a hard time deciding like where to put their energy into. And I feel like right now you feel kind of like they're struggling to do both, is something that you're very clear about. Let's get one more for this 10 of Wands. Yeah, the Empress. But again, it's like there's this feeling here of you knowing that they're very capable of putting in the work and being a supportive person. And you almost are, they almost have always done that in the past, is something that I'm getting to. I feel like they've always treated you well. And I feel like it's almost like a weird time period for you, because you almost like don't know if they're still seeing things the same, or maybe like they used to be able to kind of carry the weight for you in this connection and like have the energy for you, but then maybe like recently things have kind of changed in that way, and like now you feel like your person is like not seeing 100% eye to eye with you. Okay, so oh my gosh, I just realized this is a little bit crooked. I'm so sorry for that, you guys. Okay, let's get some more. This is still how pile one thinks that their person's feeling. Like, what is their perspective of their person's perspective? We have childhood. We get one more. This is for some of you, but like maybe some of you guys are considering like raising kids. Like, I am getting kind of a more mature vibe for this. We also have boundaries, yeah. So a couple of things are coming through with this childhood situation, but I almost feel like for some of you guys, like it doesn't have to be everyone, you guys may be considering like having a kid together or something like that. And there's almost this like, I'm not sure if I want that energy. Like, I don't know if I can dedicate my life to that, if that makes sense, or I don't know if I feel like I can. And then that may be something that you're looking for right now. That's just for some of you, but for some others of you, I feel like with this childhood thing and boundaries, it's kind of like this maybe just someone, they may just feel, you may feel a strong sense of familiarity with this person is what I'm getting. And so you may feel like this person has always been willing to be your person or be very like there for you. And then I feel like with this boundaries though, it's like almost like this person's pushing you away or putting in boundaries that like you're not used to having. And like you're almost like concerned that, you know, this may be like a bad sign, or like may mean that something is kind of shifting in a way that like could mean bad news, like is almost what I'm getting. Like that you may feel like that's a sign of abandonment or something like that. You may be concerned about abandonment here. Or you may just be feeling like this person didn't used to have such strong boundaries with you. And it's kind of like hard to know where they're coming from because it's like almost like a change up, you know, from what they're usually like is what I'm getting. Yeah. So I'm going to get another card. Can we clarify this energy that they're picking up from their person? What energy are they picking up? Okay, we also have an eccentric here. Interesting. Fatalist as well. So it's almost like maybe there's a feeling here with this eccentric. It's like I feel like there's just this feeling of this person having changed. So it's like the way you're viewing them is you feel like they're acting in a way that like isn't them or something. It's almost like you feel like your person isn't acting like themselves, or there's a little bit of like concern for the way that this person is acting, or maybe the things that they've said. And with this fatalist here, it's almost like you feel like they're jeopardizing like the security of this connection. And it's almost like you want this person to like have more caution, but they're almost out here just like maybe prioritizing other things because they like want to. And then to you, it kind of feels like maybe they're not thinking enough, you know what I mean, before they're making some decisions. It's almost like there's this feeling of, you know, maybe they're even being defensive about their ideas. I feel like there's some things that they just aren't like budging on, or they have like there's just these very like, I feel like this is someone you're in a relationship with, honestly. or someone that like you may be off and on with. It's someone that you've like definitely had a full on relationship with. Not necessarily that you guys were like officially have a title together. It's more that like I feel like you've had like a good amount of camaraderie with this person, and I feel like you guys have considered like either you guys are on the way to building something together, or you guys have considered that. And there's just this element of this person having been your person, and them kind of changing it up on you, and you being like, what's going on with them? Like, why are they being different? And, you know, why are they changing like this? And almost just this fear that, you know, it's almost like they're more comfortable riding this imbalance, or it's like almost like you're perceiving that like there is this like imbalance in the connection, and like it almost feels like things are crumbling in certain places, and it's almost like they're just like weaving their way around it, and you're like, wait, like this is like stressing me out that it's like wobbling, you know what I mean? It's like, can we please like get on the same page and like make a decision here? But I almost feel like you guys may be even butting heads sometimes about certain things, and I feel like they're just being very strong-headed about certain. They're like refusing to listen is another thing that I'm getting with this Page of Swords. It's almost like they may not be taking in your input as much as they would have in the past, you know? And it's almost like you feel like, yeah, anyways, that is, yeah, it's almost like they aren't including you in this decision-making process, or you feel like this person is almost like blindly making decisions, and you're just like, can we please like talk about this more, or like what's going on? I feel like it's some variation of what I'm saying here, but it just feels like you guys aren't seeing eye to eye anymore in a way that you used to. And so I don't think you need to put any labels on that. Like, if this resonates, it resonates. But there's just an overall feeling of something that you used to feel a little bit more comfortable in is kind of like feeling shaky, and like you kind of want this person to like get a grip, or like give you, I feel like you're seeking more security from this person, or more like understanding. I feel like you want to feel more like factored into like their decisions right now, or like the way that they're handling their life. That's what I'm picking up. So let's see how they're actually feeling about you right now, and like let's see what their actual energy is like towards the connection. And this is not going to be from their perspective. I'm going to be picking up like on their objective energy. So for Pile One's person, please have me into what Pile One's person is. What's their energy and feelings like in this connection and towards Pile One? All right, Pile One's person. What is the truth of their energy and their feelings? Okay, we have the Ace of Swords in reverse and the World coming out first. I'm hearing a lack of clarity about what they want to create. Yeah, and then there's like this Two of Swords, this uncertainty. They may like have some sort of big like goal in mind, or like some sort of a project, and it's almost like they don't know. They're having this lack of clarity mentally. So I definitely feel like you're picking up on that. But okay, what else is their actual energy and feelings like? The Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is funny. Eight of Cups. Yeah. There's this element of like them not feeling completely satisfied in some element of their life. It does feel like it's not necessarily with the relationship. It's more like in their career, or something that they want to create, something they want to do and achieve. It's almost like they feel like they're not getting there, but there also is this lack of clarity of how to get there. I know I wanted to tap into their feelings towards you, but I feel like this is very like relevant to the relationship. What else is their objective energy in this connection and feelings? Seven of Pentacles here in reverse. Yeah, it's almost like there's this feeling of dissatisfaction in their life right now that they're feeling like for a fact. This lack of emotional fulfillment that I'm picking up on. Okay, and so there may just be this feeling of them. Okay, again, midlife crisis energy almost coming through, or this feeling of like maybe a little bit of erratic or sporadic energy of like, there's something that I want to achieve that I haven't yet achieved in my life. And, but the issue that they have with it is that they really don't have like a plan to get it, or like to get there. All they know is they have like this emotional longing for something. And I almost feel like with this Knight of Pentacles in reverse, like that could talk about someone who like is a dreamer and like isn't really putting in practical plans. It's like this person doesn't really have like a practical plan towards what they want to achieve. And I feel like that may be what's frustrating for you too, right now, because this Ace of Swords in reverse, it's almost like they don't really have an understanding about it, but there is this feeling of dissatisfaction that they're having that's causing them to feel like they don't know what they want to invest their time in, like reprioritizing like their energy, you know what I mean? It's like something they're not very satisfied with. Okay. Let's get some more clarification on this. What do I want? It's coming through very clearly, but it's like not very much resolution coming through that. So like, I want to know like how this affects their what they want for the connection. You know, it's like I understand that they have this dissatisfaction or this like goal that they want to create that they really don't have any idea how to do. But it's almost like they know that they want to walk away from something, but they don't know what they want to create yet. And so maybe they are like putting energy towards something that just like isn't working, and they like don't know why it isn't working or something, but it's because they didn't really have like a practical plan to go about it. I'm gonna get a little bit more. What is their energy like here towards this connection? Five of Pentacles, or towards this, one more. They feel like they're missing out on something. Wheel of Fortune, yeah, it's like I'm hearing the Encanto song, like all I need is a change, like waiting on a miracle, a miracle. And there's almost just this feeling here of like them wanting something to shift in their life so they don't feel this lack mentality or this lack of or what Spirit's also saying here is they may have like this lack mentality and kind of like the grass is greener on the other side a little bit. And it's almost like they want the universe to like create some path for them right now. But I almost feel like it's not working for them because I feel like they're in this like lack mentality. Yeah, very interesting energy because this does seem to be like sabotaging the connection, you know? Yeah, okay, what else is their energy coming through? Like, we have inventor. So yeah, I almost just feel like this person like wants to create something or like wants to get this like lucky break in life that they haven't had. And then we also have hypocrite at the back of the deck. And so they're almost just this feeling of like misdirection here. Like I know that they want to create something and they want to be this innovative person and do something new, but it can't come from this mindset of being dissatisfied with what you've already created. Like I feel like they're trying to create from this place of lack, and it may be something that's even pushing you away. Okay, I'm gonna now look at how this impacts like their feelings towards the relationship, because I feel like that was more of like what's going on with them. In what way does this energy impact this connection? Like their feelings specifically for pile one. Like can we tap more into their feelings specifically? All right, so pile one's person. What are pile one's person specific? How is this impacting how pile one's person is feeling towards pile one and the connection? We have the Magician in reverse. It's like they don't know what they want then because they don't know where to focus their energy, I feel like. King of Cups. How is this impacting their feelings for the connection? Knight of Pentacles, yeah, I feel like it's causing this like lack of direction or like stalling. Like it's almost like they're being impractical. Like I feel like they're like only thinking from an emotional perspective right now, and like they're lacking this practical plan for the connection with you. And I feel like all they're really giving you is this sense of like, I care so much like about you, but then it's like, what's the plan then? Because I feel like with this Magician in reverse, it's almost like they're not very much in touch with what is practical and what makes sense for the connection. Because the Magician in reverse can talk about like a false sense of confidence or this false sense of like, I have a plan. And so maybe they're like not really following through on what they've promised you, you know? It's like, it's almost like they're all emotion with little execution. What else? Judgment in reverse. Yeah, it's like they're lacking this self-awareness. Like this person's really lacking self-awareness of like what they can create and like what's practical. There's just this lack of practicality that this person has. And they seem to not be aware that they are this way. And so maybe this is something that's really frustrating for you. But But again, it's almost like they see themselves as this like very capable person that like cares a lot. And like, I think they do care a lot. And I do think they need you on an emotional level, but it's almost like you can't just be like a blind ruler that like isn't in touch with themselves. It's almost like they think that they have this execution or this plan, but I feel like they need like more structure. Yeah, we have the High Priestess here. So I feel like the Emperor and the High Priestess, I feel like the Emperor is here because this person needs more structure to this relationship. I feel like more structure is needed. And so they may be very much like wavering to you when it comes to really reflecting, getting down to like what they want in like a practical sense. And I feel like they're going all based off their intuition that they want to go in some direction, but it's almost like then they're lacking this like masculine energy of like bringing structure to a relationship is what I'm getting. What else, Spirit? Is like, how is this impacting the relationship and their feelings? We have 5 of Pentacles. Again. So that fell all the way to the ground. And then we have the Hermit. It's like almost like it's causing this person to like isolate themselves, or like it's really bizarre. Like this person's energy is, or I don't want to like say it's bizarre, but it's just like kind of maybe a little bit childish in a way. It's kind of like there's this element of frustration or this feeling that they have that they're not understood. You know what I mean? They feel misunderstood right now. And it's almost like they feel like they're the only one that sees the vision for their life. And they may even feel like they're being like held back by the people around them. Like maybe they feel like they're being held back by this relationship or something, or they may feel like this relationship has potential to hold them back. But like, I just feel like that really isn't the case with this 8 of Swords in reverse here. And it's like, they need to realize that like nothing's holding them back from actually making a plan towards whatever this is they want to create besides themselves. And them kind of isolating themselves and maybe like pushing you away is really just like not helping their cause, you know? It's almost like they're very focused on this, and it's almost like there's just this lack of practicality, and like the way that they're handling the connection with you is like they're picking the wrong fights here. They're like fighting the wrong battle. It's like the reason why they haven't been successful in this yet is more because they need to make a practical plan and bring more structure into what they're dreaming of. And I feel like this person's like very much a dreamer and very much like really wanting to create something, but I feel like no one's really stopping them from doing that. It's more like this person just needs to create like a practical plan for it. But instead I feel like they're kind of isolating themselves and like kind of like hurting the connection here. What energy are they coming through with? We have Sage here coming out. They're almost being like too spiritual. Like it's almost like they, you know, this reminds me of like when someone's like on like the up and up on like a spiritual like awakening, where it's like, it's kind of like the high part of it, where it's like you just feel like everything makes sense and like you just feel so inspired, but like then the reality kind of hits you and you kind of have to balance in like practicality and like non-spiritual principles with like spiritual principles. And so I almost feel like this person is on this kind of spiritual high where it's like, oh, I've had a vision of what I can create. Like not necessarily like that specifically, but it's like this person is very much seeing through rose-tinted glasses and seeing through this like spiritual lens of like, I'm spiritually feeling called in a direction, but it's like, okay, like you can't just like, this world is about balancing logic and intuition. It's masculine and feminine. It's almost like right now they're in this like wishy-washy, like spiritual energy that's like, yes, there is validity to it. And yes, it makes sense to feel misunderstood, but they're almost isolating themselves because they're not seeing in a balanced perspective. And I think it can push people away when like, you're in that like spiritual, like, oh, I know like exactly like the meaning of life, you know what I mean? But it's kind of like, it's a little bit like, okay, what's your actual plan then? Because yes, you can have all the spiritual truths in the world and like, it feels really good to like get in that mindset where you're like on this spiritual high, but like at the end of the day, it's still really hard to build up your own business. It's still really hard to create something, and it does require a lot of hard work that is not going to happen by reading a book or imagining a future. Manifestation and co-creation really requires a lot of hard work and like putting the pedal to the metal. That's what I'm hearing. I don't even know if that's the right term, but like putting the pen on the piece of paper, like you actually have to like work to create things. And I almost feel like this person like is kind of ignoring that reality and then kind of is like thinking that people are being judgmental or downers or like pessimistic towards like what they want to create. It's like not necessarily that. It's more that people are trying to like ground them. And I feel like they're not really having it. And so that could be happening like in this connection. It's like they're their own enemy in this situation. They almost don't seem to know that. And then we also have Grace here. They're very much in this like whimsical state. Like it's hard to describe it. It's like they're in this state of like seeing the world as like so beautiful, and like I feel like they've like had a spiritual awakening recently, or like with this hermit here it's possible, but it's almost like this feeling of like they've come into a realization of like bringing more beauty and like happiness into their life, and like and with this warrior here, it's like they're super determined on it, and like I feel that energy, but there's a need for practicality, and like I'll say it again, you know. Let's see from the Vessel Oracle what energy we're picking up. What is their overall like feeling energy here? And it's also think about how like a dancer, like okay, like imagine like wanting to be a dancer and like seeing the beauty. Imagine like seeing like whatever, like a ballet, or like going to any dance competition, whatever. Like you see the dancer and like you see the finished product and it's just like magical, but like there were hours and hours and hours of dedication and practical work that allowed that person to project out like such beauty. It took a lot of dedication and hard work. And so there's just this theme coming through, this person only seeing like the shiny bright side of something and not really seeing the dedication that it takes to create that. And people aren't just being downers, they're being realistic, you know? How's this person feeling? We have abundance, and then we have boundaries too. And then we also have birth. Like I do feel like this person wants to like create something new, but with this abundance, it's like, yes, they're in this mindset of really wanting abundance, right? Like they're trying to manifest and they're seeing what the earth can like provide for you. And I feel like they're having a spiritual realization of what they want to create, or like they're getting like an energetic understanding of a future that they want to like manifest basically. But I almost feel like they have to like guard this from other people, which is true that sometimes you do need to like not let anyone talk you down from your dreams. But I feel like there's kind of a balance of that. And so I do feel like this person feels like they have to really guard their like plans. And so I could see why like the hermit is here, is because like they're almost like, it's really funny though. It's like I like this person, like I don't want to talk too much about them because I feel like they're just going through this process of spiritual awakening, you know. But I feel like it's funny because like I'm almost seeing like a kid being like, you don't get to play because like you're gonna ruin the plan, and like I don't want any like haters in the circle. It's almost like they feel like people are gonna bring in like a lack mentality to their plan, and like they almost feel like they're gonna be like torn down by other people, or like they feel like other people are gonna like hold them back. But like I feel like the truth being that like no one has a power over them, and it's almost like maybe right now they're pushing you away and they're maybe pushing other people away because they have this like dream that they don't want anyone to like stomp on, you know, and they just feel so certain about it, you know. And I don't think this is a lot more about this situation rather than necessarily their emotions for you. But I guess I feel like the way it applies to the relationship is more that they may be afraid that like they have to keep to themselves because they don't want to be like sabotaged in their efforts. But I almost feel like this person is needing to like understand that they're in control of themselves and like they're fine. You know what I mean? Having boundaries is good in general, but I almost feel like this person is maybe a little bit too uptight about it, or maybe a little bit delusional, not delusional in a bad way, not like in a crazy way, in a way where it's just like they may just be a little bit like misled in the way that they're thinking about things. And that can happen, especially like I feel like early on in the spiritual process. Like I definitely feel like it can kind of take a while to get grounded and to balance out like your theories and like the way that you are like the downloads you're getting, you know what I mean? But I feel like at the end of the day, this person, I feel like they are going to come around, you know. I almost just feel like it's like this temporary phase that they're going through, and it's just not going to last forever, because like these spiritual little highs don't really last forever, honestly. Yeah, and I just saw To the Sea, like the Oracle card, and like that makes me feel like there's almost this feeling of like them wanting to rush out into some sort of goal or some sort of future before they really have made sure that the foundation of what they want to create is like the plans there, you know, the schedule's made, the materials are here. Like if you're going to build a house, you can't just like rush into it without any plan, or like without researching what materials are going to work for that, or like without going to school, for example, for like I don't know if you go to school for that, but whatever, without practicing it, doing an apprenticeship, it's like there's a lot that goes into creation, and I almost feel like this person's in that like beginning phase of it. Can you clarify this energy, please? We have round and round here. They may just be feeling like, it's almost like there's this feeling of them feeling like they're stuck in some sort of a life that they don't want. It's not necessarily like with you, it's more like they almost just feel like they're tired. I'm hearing they're tired of doing the same thing over and over, and they really want to create like something that's like in the physical here. Like I feel like they have some sort of like vision of creating something so they can get out of this cycle. But there's almost this feeling of them not realizing like the nature of healing and like the nature of freeing yourself from things. And I almost feel like they think it's like a linear path right now. And I almost feel like this person is going to go around and around. And I feel like right now they're at the high of the healing, but they're going to like come back down to the low. And it's like, this person's like definitely like healing something right now, but it's almost a little bit like chaotic because they are still understanding the nature of healing things and overcoming like patterns or things that don't really serve you. So we have regeneration here in reverse. And so, yeah, I do feel like this person, I feel like what they're going through is positive, okay? Like, I feel like they're going through a positive shift in their life where, like, they want to free themselves from, like, maybe chains of karma or, like, kind of holding themselves back. They may be having this realization that maybe they have held themselves back for, like, karmic reasons from things. But I feel like with this regeneration here in reverse, I feel like they really need to, slow and steady wins the race here. It's almost like they're trying to reach their goal overnight, or it's like, and maybe that's what you were picking up on with that, like the fact that they were like putting in so much effort into something, and then you were getting that like, but they're not really taking the time to learn. I almost feel like I understand your feelings about this person better if you've made it this far, because I guess I wasn't expecting it to be so much about this person and like about more to do with them and like their perspective on life, but like there's almost just this feeling of them needing to take a rest and like take a chill pill and kind of like understand that they need to go about this in a balanced way. Like they can see the light at the end of the tunnel and they're really excited about that, but like they have to understand that regeneration takes time, and like they're not going to become this like beautiful dancer that they can imagine themselves to be overnight. And I think there's a need for them to like allow people to help them on the process and understand that there's just kind of a need for balance here. And I think they'll get that, okay? But I almost just feel like there's a need to understand that this healing process is not just linear. They will get there, but there's a need to kind of balance spirituality with practicality, I'm seeing like one of those oracle cards that say that. So that is what I have for you. That was a very, very interesting reading. You guys have to let me know what you think down below. But if this did resonate, make sure you hit the like button. It really supports my channel. I really appreciate it. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be posting at least 2 pick a card readings per week. So I'm hoping to see you at the next one. And I hope you have a great rest of your day. Hello, welcome to your reading, pile 2, for those of you that chose the orange calcite, for your reading about how your person is currently feeling about you in the connection versus how you think they're currently feeling about you in the connection. So very interesting reading for pile 1, a little bit different than I expected, honestly, but I'm just going to get right into it. So I'm going to start off with how you are currently perceiving that your person is feeling towards you in the connection. And just basically I'm going to be overlooking like your perception of their energy towards you in the connection here. So I feel like I'm repeating myself, but let's get into it. This is the Wild Unknown Tarot deck as well. All right. So for pile 2, how is pile 2 currently perceiving their person's energy towards them? We have the Chariot here in reverse coming out first. The World. The 3 of Pentacles. Why is the Chariot here in reverse? I'm going to pull a few and then I'll channel more. All right, this is the 8 of Wands in reverse. Why is the World here? This is the Three of Wands in reverse. Okay. Okay, I'm getting that there's some sort of, you're perceiving that your person may be slowing this connection down, or there may be like this like, if you almost feel like you don't know if they share the same vision for the future, or whether or not they're as dedicated as you to this connection, reaching some sort of goal or reaching some sort of outcome in the future, especially. So I feel like you're especially thinking about your person's viewpoint of you in regards to this connection in the future too. What else? Can you please clarify this Three of Pentacles here? Pile two's person. Pile two's perception. Pile two's person. Okay, I knew the Five of Wands was going to come out at some point. You're almost wondering, like, there's almost this fear that your person maybe, there's like this question of whether or not are we as dedicated, like how dedicated are you to the goal of this connection versus me, for you guys, pile two. And I almost feel like you're questioning how dedicated your person is, and how much they're willing to work, and if they really want to build a future with you. It's like that's up for debate here. And you may feel like there's almost this concern, or like you may just perceive that this person may think that you guys have too many differences, or you guys may disagree at certain points when you guys are trying to like work together and like think about the future. It's almost like you may feel like because there's been some disagreements, or you may feel like you guys don't see necessarily eye to eye on certain things, certain visions for your guys' future. You may just be concerned. You may feel like your person is thinking that there could be too many barriers to be successful in the future here. What else? This is the Five of Swords. Yeah, there's this feeling of like disagreements, or like a concern that like you guys maybe, and then the Seven of Wands. You're worried that this person isn't going to fight for this connection. I don't want to say worried, but there's a perception that they may be giving up, or that you're maybe a little bit worried that this person may at some point just decide that like may feel burnt out by trying to work on something that isn't going anywhere. Like I feel like as you guys have been trying to like build something more grounded, I feel like there's almost this feeling that there's been disagreements. You guys haven't been seeing necessarily eye to eye. There's a lot of different opinions. You may feel like this person is even like very much going back and forth about you in their head, and like how well you guys work together as a team. And at the end of it, it's almost like you may be feeling like this person's giving up, or you may be afraid that like they're kind of withdrawing some energy from you, or you may feel like this connection's really slowing down, and you almost feel like they aren't seeing the future, or things aren't expanding. You feel like your person isn't really like pushing things forward in the same way, or you may be feeling like they're not seeing the same vision as you. And I also feel like with this Three of Pentacles and this mountain imagery, it feels like in any relationship, like there are mountains that you guys will have to get through. And I feel like with this Three of Pentacles here, for me, that talks about collaboration, and it's more about practical things, especially when it comes to readings for me, or love readings. It's like when it's between two people, it's like, how well are we able to, me and you, like work on this like practical goal? Like, for example, planning out like, I don't know, like doing bills together, or like planning out a vacation together, like planning things out. It's almost like there's this feeling of them, you perceiving that maybe they are concerned about how well you guys work together, and that they may be feeling like, and with the Eight of Pentacles here in reverse, for me, that's this feeling of like, feeling like this energy of like giving up because it's not perfect, or feeling like you are overwhelmed by like the task in front of you. And so it's like maybe sometimes someone's struggling with a little bit of perfectionism, or this feeling of putting in a lot of effort and it's like not getting anywhere. Like it's almost like the Eight of Pentacles in reverse for me can talk about like kind of having a hard time getting in the swing of like building something with someone, and getting into the swing of like progress and like dedication. It's almost like maybe you feel like this person is wavering in like in how dedicated they really are to this connection and to building something with you with this world here as well. I guess of water. Yeah, and I feel like there's almost this concern for like maybe past arguments, or like just when you guys aren't seeing eye to eye, it's almost like you guys may just have fundamentally different ideas sometimes what you want, but like there's obviously, of course, a way to like mend those two, but there's almost just like this feeling of, do you still feel as dedicated to the future as I do? Do you still feel as dedicated to like what we maybe at one point did want to achieve together? Are you still as dedicated as me, is what I'm getting? Or do you still care about the future of this? Or have you given up? You know, kind of is the energy I'm getting from how you're feeling about your person. But yeah, I hope I'm explaining this clearly. Let's get some more information. How is pile 2 perceiving their person? How are they perceiving their energy like? Okay, we have the Sage here coming out in reverse. Interesting. Interesting. Let me just tap into that. The Sage in reverse here. It's almost like you feel like your person maybe is feeling like the practical aspects of the connection are maybe you almost feel like your person's forgetting about the magic of the connection, or like you feel like maybe that's that part of them that felt such like a passion that like you knew that they felt at one point, and like this spiritual connection with you and like this bigger purpose together, even with this world. It's almost like you guys have felt very like spiritually connected at one point. It's almost like this feeling of, you know, are you forgetting like the connection we had just because of these practical things that we're having a hard time getting right together, you know? It's almost like once you guys got to like the practical aspects of this connection more, I feel like that's when things started falling apart more, especially in the way that you're perceiving them. I'm gonna get some other oracle cards now. How's pile 2 perceiving their person and how they're feeling? We have exchanging gifts. Yeah, you may feel like you guys are having a hard time creating like balance in this connection, where one person doesn't feel like they're always like losing at the end of the conversation. It's almost like hard to create like a reciprocal energy here, where it's like you may feel like your person, it's almost like you feel like that they might be feeling like the balance is off in this connection, or there's a lack of flow here. Like I almost feel like you think that your person is perceiving that there's a lack of flow in this team, in this partnership. You know, it's almost like you may feel like they aren't feeling motivated to continue to give. It's almost like you feel like they may be dissatisfied with what they're receiving as well from this connection. There's this element of wanting more, that you thinking that they may feel like there's some imbalance, or that there is some like lack of flow here. We have peace here coming out in reverse as well. Yeah, and I feel like it is coming from, and then community at the back of the deck, which is telling me it's like almost like you almost may be feeling like your person is concerned that you, okay, sorry, I'm not speaking. Like I feel like there's this energy of you maybe thinking that your person is considering that you guys may not be able to find peace together, or you may be feeling like the magic is kind of slipping out of the connection, and you feel like your person is like, because there's maybe been a lack of peace or a lack of like harmony or a lack of like agreeing and like collaboration, it's almost like you feel like the barriers have really been slowing this connection down, and there's just this energy of wanting your person to like, not necessarily wanting, but like, I guess I would want that if I was in your shoes, but it's almost like you feel like this person may be giving up, or feeling like they're not getting what they want out of this. There's almost like a fear that maybe they will at some point just kind of decide that like, you know, there's no way to find like a resolution here. It's almost like there's a fear that, can we find resolution? Can we find balance? Like, can we find a way to work together? Like, it's almost like until that, it feels like a lot of the magic of the connection is like put on hold while you guys are kind of figuring out how to work together. You know, it's almost like you guys butt heads a lot is how I feel. How else is pile 2 thinking that their person is feeling? We have endurance here. Yeah, it's like there's this feeling that you guys are having to go against all these obstacles, and like it's like you guys both seem to have some vision of like what you guys would want to create together. Like it could be like it could be different for everyone, but there's just this feeling of like, are we going to be able to endure all these obstacles and like be victorious in the end, or is it going to fall apart? And I feel like that's the question that you have for your person, and this concern that maybe they may lose endurance. How much endurance do they have? I feel like it's also something that you're wondering. We also have light here. And so again, I feel like there's a big factor of like this connection when it's good, bringing a lot of light to both of you. And there being a lot of like love and like shared vision and like even like a spiritual connection in a way. Like I feel like there is a spirituality to this connection. It's almost like when things need to be made practical, that's when issues come up. It's almost like it's all fireworks and like magic when it's like kind of at a certain level, if that makes sense. But it's almost like when it comes time to, I don't know, like sustain the connection or see how it is when it's more grounded, it's almost like you guys are searching for that light at the end of the tunnel, and you guys are trying to continue to see the light as a way of encouraging you to keep going. But I also feel like you may be feeling like your person may be losing touch with the vision or losing touch with that vision that you guys had, and like you are hoping that they don't kind of lose faith here, you know? I think you are, at least. Okay, so that was very interesting. Let's get into how they're actually feeling right now towards the connection and towards you. It's almost like needing to get through, like, I feel like we're at 5s and we want to get to 6 where there's more balance. You know, it's like I feel like you guys are going through a lot of like change and like challenges, and there's this question of whether or not you guys will be able to get it to this balanced place. Like, let's go from 5 to 6, you know? All right. And I am also perceiving that like maybe sometimes like one person getting triggered or going more into like the argumentative side or like the like defensive side triggers the other person into doing that. And so it's like I feel like one of you guys are needing to step up and kind of like remember the happiness and like the light of it, and kind of like be the person to give without, like, I feel like it's kind of creating sometimes this like lack of like generosity between the two, because there is this frustration energy underlying the connection right now. And it's like you guys are in like need of like a nice date together is how I feel, or like a nice like getaway or something where there's no stress, just so you guys can reconnect with like the purpose of this and like what makes you guys love each other, you know? Okay, so for how is pile 2's person actually currently feeling towards pile 2? We have the Daughter of Wands. This is the Page of Wands, I believe, in this deck, yes. Page of Wands coming out first. This is the 4 of Wands in reverse. This is the 6 of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I feel like they're feeling like, it's like they feel like the home has been disrupted. Like the 4 of Wands in reverse can talk about like disrupted home life and like a lack of harmony and a lack of peace. And I feel like they are really feeling that lack of peace. But the 6 of Cups here, it's like there's this feeling of nostalgia, or this feeling that they feel towards you, where it's like they still have a lot of love for you, and it's kind of sad for them when they're there's a lot of sadness when they think about maybe the way that things have changed. With the Page of Wands, I feel like they still want to add like spark to this. You know, I feel like they haven't given up on it, you know? The fact that Page of Wands came out first is just like, I feel like a confirmation for you that this person like hasn't given up, is how I feel. What else though for pile 2's person? All right, this is the 3 of Cups. This is the Ace of Cups. And this is the 10 of Wands here. And we have the Hierophant at the back of the deck in reverse. Okay. So I feel like your person, I feel like they're wanting to go back in time to when, you want to know the song that's coming through is The Scientist. Nobody said it was easy. No one ever said it would be so hard. Let's go back to the start. Like, and there is just this feeling of nostalgia of like before this connection got as complicated as it did, because I feel like it has become kind of burdensome, or it has been weighing heavy on this person, you know? And there is this desire that they have to bring more love into the home and like bring more love into like your guys' foundation, because they're definitely feeling like they want to bring in more like celebration and more like lighthearted energy and friendship, you know? I feel like this person really wants to focus on the friendship with you, and I feel like they still have that. I feel like they're still in touch with that childlike friendship that they feel like you guys share. And it's really cute, honestly. I feel like the way this person is feeling. But with this Hierophant here in reverse, I do feel like there's kind of like this feeling of like maybe when things got more serious between you, maybe that's when like issues started happening. Or it's almost been like hard to uphold some sort of like role that they felt like they've had to have. It's almost like, I don't know, another marriage kind of feeling, like marriage story kind of coming through like here. But I do want to get more. Okay, why is the Ace of Cups here? This is the Knight of Swords. I feel like this person really does want to champion this connection and do something for it. Like, this person doesn't want to give up, and I feel like they aren't going to. You know, I feel like they want clarity, and I feel like they want to address this. Like, I feel like they really do want to do that, and I feel like they do. They are. I feel like they are open to addressing what's wrong with your guys' foundation, or what the issues that you guys may have been experiencing to create this imbalance in your guys' like foundation together. It's almost like they are willing to cut through like the confusion, and they want to reveal that you guys still have feelings for each other, you know, because I feel like this person misses being more in touch before things got difficult, before obstacles started coming in this connection, you know. It's almost like they really do miss that. I feel like I need to say that. Let's clarify this Page of Wands. I am not going to take that because two came out. Why is the Page of Wands here? All right, this is the Seven of Swords coming out in reverse. Okay, now I'm hearing again, just give me a reason, just a little bit's enough. Like, we can learn to love again. This person's motivated to bring the spark back, and they want to stop lying to themselves about the connection, because maybe it's gotten to a point where like maybe they haven't really. They want to talk. They want to bring more truth to this, because maybe it's been some time since you guys have really addressed everything together, and I feel like it's been a long time since you guys have had a heart to heart and like truly like had conversation that really made things better, you know? It's like they want to have a conversation that can make things better, and they don't just want to keep pretending like there's nothing wrong, or they don't want to lie to themselves about this connection, or even lie to each other like about like how you guys are feeling. It's like they want to bring in more authenticity and truth in this connection. They really do. And I see them doing this, honestly, with this like Knight of Swords here, that really can talk about taking action and with having some information to share. It's like I feel like this is like an intellectual thing. I feel like they want to stop being like, I feel like in order to, I think you guys may have like intellectual blocks right now, like mental thoughts that kind of keep you guys apart. You guys may have thought patterns that like kind of tear you guys apart a little bit, and I feel like there's this need to bring passion and emotion back in the connection. Just to remember why it's worth it, you know what I mean? Because I feel like you guys have been stuck in this like pentacle and like sword area where it's like all boring stuff and stuff that just like sucks and drains you, and like I almost said there's a need for more fun, and they feel like this too. And I feel like they do want to stop lying about something too. Let's see what the Seven of Swords is about, though. Why is the Seven of Swords here? I always got to clarify it. I just don't like when it comes out. Okay, this is the Ten of Pentacles and the Three of Swords here. Oh, I'm hearing stop pretending like we're happy, or stop pretending like there isn't any pain. I almost feel like there's this like element of you guys not really like addressing the pain that you guys are feeling. I feel like you guys are both feeling pain in this connection. And I almost feel like it's like, let's stop pretending like everything's okay and like we're this happy family, because we are feeling pain, and like sometimes we have to admit that we don't have everything under control in order to get to a better place. And so I almost feel like this person like is wanting to go back to like a more like vulnerable place where they're more like, I don't know, almost like they're young again. It's almost like maybe you guys have gone into autopilot, or like maybe you guys have kind of been like, I feel like this relationship is slowly falling apart, and the way it's going to continue to fall apart is if you guys don't acknowledge that there is this pain here and there's this need for emotional renewal and honest emotional connection. You know, they really miss you. The weirdest part about this is that they miss you a lot. You know, and this could be like someone that you're not talking to now, or maybe someone you had a divorce with, or someone you broke up with even. But they do miss it. Yeah, they do want to talk to you. There's a need to stop lying that you guys are happy. So either whether or not you guys are together or apart, there's this element of like maybe okay, I'm getting two like diverging like stories. Like one of them is that maybe like with this Three of Swords here, it's like, I don't know, I'm just getting this feeling of things falling apart. For some of you guys, it may be at a point where you guys aren't even talking anymore, or maybe you guys are still trying to mend things, but either way, it feels like it's just going down, 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 down. You know what I mean? Like whether or not you guys are still together is going to be different for different people, but this person does miss you, okay? So they could miss you while you're around because there's this disconnect when it comes to emotions, or they could just miss you because they aren't seeing you anymore, you know? But with this Four of Wands here, it does make me feel like you guys are still together. It's just maybe not functional, or maybe you guys are just like living together because of convenience or something like that. Why is the Four of Wands here in reverse regarding their feelings? Eight of Pentacles. I'm hearing like, let's like making it work, you know? It's like, yeah, they feel like they're just trying to like back to their feelings. It's almost like there's this energy of like, I am willing to do the work. Like I do want to build a home. Think about the spider creating like a web for themselves to like live in. And it's like this person is dedicated to you and does want to do the work. Okay. Like that's coming through. They want to mend whatever's wrong. Why is the Six of Cups here in reverse? The Page of Pentacles in reverse. I feel like this person spends time like thinking about your guys' original dreams for this connection, or there's almost just like this childlike daydream that they have that makes them feel nostalgic, like when they think of you, is what I'm getting. Like with that Page of Pentacles in reverse, it's almost like, were we naive? It's like, were we just being childish? Like, I don't know. Like it almost just feels like there's been like fun sucked out of this like relationship, but there's this desire for it. Like when did things become so hard? Like remember when they weren't like this? Remember that? It's like that's what I feel like they're coming through to say. The Chariot here in reverse, yeah, and you were perceiving that they felt that. The Ten of Wands here in reverse is like, they are starting to wonder if there is, you're right in the sense that like, they are honestly starting to wonder if their hope for this is childish, or whether or not they're being foolish and trying to push this forward, or whether or not they should let it crumble. You know, there is a feeling of them debating that. To be completely honest, it's like, we're not going to reach this happiness, is what I'm getting. But there's almost this like question of, I want to ask Spirit, but that is actually, I'm not gonna change things up right now. But I just have more questions, you guys, for this connection. So maybe you guys can let me know down below what you're getting, or whether or not you guys are together, because that's something that I'm kind of like going back and forth on, and it could be different for all of you. But with the Hierophant in reverse, it could be that this is like some sort of a commitment, or some sort of something that like maybe has recently changed, or it's just like getting hard to hold it together is kind of what I'm getting. Seven of Swords, yeah. Okay. I'm going to get some Oracle cards to see if that can kind of help clarify where this person is coming from. What is their energy? What energy are they presenting as here? We have Illuminator. Yes, they feel like, okay, Illuminator in reverse though. And so it's almost like there's this feeling that there's things that you guys just haven't like talked about, or there's like a lot of like layers of this that I feel like hasn't been addressed or hasn't like, yeah, there's just this feeling of them feeling like we just need to shine a light up to everything and like bring some warmth back. And I feel like it's getting harder and harder to do that, is how they feel. But that is their original intention, is wanting to bring more light into this and bring more understanding and happiness and just warm energy. But they almost feel like it can get hard, or they don't know if their desire to do that is childish. They don't know if it's too late. They honestly don't know right now. So you are almost worried that they're already fully decided, but I feel like right now they aren't. And yeah, with this trickster here at the back of the deck, it's almost like there's this energy of them wanting to look at this from a higher perspective and like laugh at this with you. It's like there's a feeling of them wanting to break the bonds of like, I know that like this, like it's almost like they almost want to laugh at the situation or bring more lighthearted energy to something that feels tense. This person wants to break up the tenseness of this connection and like shake things up and just have a laugh with you. And like there's just this feeling of wanting to release these like secrets and like bring light to the secrets too. Like, and that's why I think we're getting the Seven of Swords in this Page of Wands. Like they want to hold like a lantern up to like all the things that haven't become clear, the things that have been unsaid, like the things you guys never made clear between each other. It's like they feel like there's still a lot to uncover in this connection. And it's like they almost just want to see it in a more lighthearted way, you know? But again, they aren't sure if this is naive of them. They don't know if it's because they just miss you, or they don't know if it's the reason why they want this is because they don't know if they should move on, but they don't. There's a feeling of them holding on, you know? We have Treasure Island coming out. And this just makes me feel like this person still has faith in this connection and still thinks that there's treasure to uncover here. But again, they don't know if they're being silly about that. They have this faith in this connection. Yeah, but then we have all that glitters in reverse here. Wow, it's like they go back and forth in trying to figure out whether or not what they want to create in this connection is something that's actually possible, or are they seeing a mirage, you know? This person is feeling like they can't tell whether or not, you know, they're foolish for continuing to fight for this connection, or whether or not they've been naive about it the whole time. This person almost feels like they aren't sure of that yet, but they are. I want to clarify. Yeah, this person would fight hard for you, but there's almost just this feeling of them not knowing whether or not they're being naive, or are they lying to themselves, or are they seeing things wrong. This person almost isn't sure if it's wise of them. They're even now considering whether or not this is kind of foolish of them to still see this potential. Are they just seeing a shiny thing that's like fool's gold? Or are they really still, you know, that's like where their head is at. Is like, is there really still something for us? What else for pile two's person? How are they actually feeling? Yeah, we have anxiety here. Feeling like I don't know what to do as well and begin. It's like, can we just try again and forget? Like, can we just forget about what is causing us so much pain here? Like, I'm so tired of feeling anxious. It's like they want to know if there's potential to begin again. Is there fresh energy here? Because I do think this person is feeling worn out, feeling nostalgic about the beginning of this and a time when there was less stress. And like, it's almost like they want to know whether or not it is still possible to begin again or to go back to the start. You know, the beginning of this connection is significant for you guys because I think it was very different from how it is now, you know? And it's almost like, was I seeing something that was real or was I being misled? And there's almost this energy of like, I really, truly don't know. Okay, I feel like for this pile, I I want to see what would come through for some oracle cards about like just like love in general. I'll show you. I just want to see like what advice like spirit would give overall to like both of you guys right now. Like what's the overall advice for this connection like to either of them? Like what is the overall like lesson here? Like what do you want pile 2 to walk away like contemplating? It says power. You instinctively know what is right for you and you have the power to say no or walk away at any time. Okay. Criticizing one another will only lead to further unhappiness. Love and accept each other as you are, and your relationship will magically transform. Yeah, there's this feeling of you guys not have seen eye to eye for a long time, and also feeling very much like each person is taking away your power. It's almost like each of you feel like the other person is. There's just this struggle energy of like, it's up to you guys whether or not you want to do this. Like, you don't have to. You know what I mean? And like, if you do want to, there's kind of a need to change your guys' like strategy or attitude towards the connection, because the way you guys are going about it, I feel like is like this feeling of like, well, we have to be together, or like we're forced to be together. And so there's just this energy of resentment almost coming through. And it's like, there's a need to either decide that you guys are better off separate, or if you guys do want to dedicate yourselves to the connection, there's a need to stop blaming the other person for why you're unhappy. Like, I feel like there's an energy of that. It says surrender. At times we must surrender the old before something new can enter our lives. Let go and all will work out. Okay, and then at the back of the deck it says the past is now behind you. Release it and embrace new possibilities. A new path is available now to you. Follow it with faith. Yeah. Surrender the old before something new. I feel like if you guys do want to work on this connection, I feel like there is potential for that. But I do feel like it takes a mindset shift and a need to let go of what we can't change and to be open to compromising. And yeah, that's what I'm getting overall. Okay, I don't think this connection is a lost cause, but this is one of those situations where it's very much up to you guys, and the power 100% is in your hands. And so if you guys are feeling like stuck in this, like, there's a need to remember that like no one's forcing you to be in this connection. And so make sure that you guys don't fall into this pattern of feeling like you're forced to be with each other when you're not, you know, unless, I mean, I don't know, there's arranged marriages out there, but like, I'm just saying, if you are free to walk away from this, you know. And so I feel like there's a need to kind of come out of the situation of blaming each other and just being miserable, or not miserable, but just like being dissatisfied. Because the reason why I say that, because it blocks things from getting better. Like, there's no way to improve the situation by kind of feeling like it's the other person, you know what I mean? So I hope this resonates, and I hope this is coming off correctly. But I really enjoyed doing this reading for you. If it did resonate, please do hit the like button. It helps support my channel, and I appreciate it. If you do want to leave a comment, I do really enjoy reading them. And if you're not subscribed, consider subscribing. I'll be posting 2 videos per week, so I'm hoping to see you at the next one. And have a great rest of your day. Hi, pile 3. If you chose the Amethyst Crystal and the Cosmic Coven Tarot deck, and this is going to be your reading. That is going to be looking at first how you think your person is feeling about you and how you are currently perceiving their energy towards you and this connection. And then we'll be going into how they actually are feeling towards you and like what their actual energy is like towards the connection and yourself. So for pile 3, please tap me into pile 3's perception of pile 3's person and their energy towards them. How are they currently perceiving their person's feelings? All right. Actually, I just don't like when we end off on a shuffle where it's not like upright. I don't know, that always bothers me. Okay. How is pile 3 currently perceiving that their person is feeling towards them? Okay, the first thing we have is the 5 of Pentacles in reverse here. We have the Hanged Man in reverse. We have the Lovers coming out. I'm getting like just right off the bat this feeling of like you perceiving that they may feel like they've been they almost feel a little bit like a victim here. It's almost like you may perceive that they feel like they don't have access to you and your energy. And like with the Hangman in reverse, it's almost like you feel like your person almost is like, well, I don't really think I can do anything about that anyways. There may be someone else already in the picture for you or them, but either way, we'll get more into that. That's just like a slight intuition feeling coming through. But with the Hangman here, it's like in reverse. It's almost like there's this feeling of them falsely being, not falsely, but it's almost like they're taking on this mentality like, there's nothing I can do anyways. Like, I guess I just have to surrender to like what's happening here. And it's almost like you feel like this person feels powerless almost to do anything to change this connection right now. This could be someone you're not in contact with. I am getting that. For past two piles, I was getting that you guys were probably in contact. So I was wondering if there was a no contact pile coming through, but I'll clarify more too. How else is pile 3 thinking that their person's feeling? The Devil in reverse. The 2 Pentacles. This may have been someone that at one point, like, you may have had, like, yeah, I feel like you had, like, a strong connection with this person at one point, okay? And so I almost just feel like there's this energy. You feel like your person is feeling like the energy of this connection or the tie to this connection may be, like, loosening for them. You perceive that they maybe are just trying to focus on other things in their life or just trying to balance out their life. It's almost like there's this energy of them maybe not focusing 100% on the connection with you. But I will clarify this Devil's energy in reverse. There's almost this feeling of you thinking that this person is... I'm trying to think... I'm going to get more into it. Why is the Lovers here? I just want to finish the spread. Why is the Lovers here for pile 3's perception? The Ace of Cups. There may be some new opportunity that you feel like either your person is maybe looking at. Like maybe you feel like your person has moved on to someone else. Yeah, or you may feel like this person is like leaving you behind too. There's almost a feeling of that coming through, but there is this feeling of at one point there being like an obvious like distance or like boundary created between you two. But this could have been someone from your past that like you had a falling out with is kind of what I'm getting. And I feel like with this Devil in reverse, it may be that like enough time has kind of passed now where you're perceiving that your person is kind of like trying to move on from the fact that this connection is no longer an option. So I hope that makes sense. So it's like you're perceiving that they have been recently coming into terms with this connection no longer being a part of like your guys' everyday life is what I'm getting. And you feel like at one point this person may have felt very like victim-y or like left out in the cold. But you almost feel like your person has very much maybe like given up that, or like they may be like focusing on other things in their life, or you kind of feel like they're forgetting about you, or like there's this feeling like that coming through, or like you may feel like they're focused on other things now. And with the Lovers here, you may be thinking that they have something new that's coming for them. Yeah, but this may have been someone from your past that like you may not have had the most healthiest relationship with just because the Devil's here. But the fact that it's in reverse, there's almost this feeling of feeling like this person's energy is like separating from you. And it almost feels like maybe you were the person to like do that. It doesn't really matter. Either way, I feel like this person did become aware that they were not necessarily in your circle anymore. And I feel like this is something that they've been kind of letting go of recently. And you may be thinking that there is some sort of new opportunity in their life. You may be aware of that. This could be someone you used to be in a relationship with, or it could be someone you had like a non-traditional relationship with. They may have had other options in their life at that time. Yeah, I want to know if it's like you that had multiple options or them that had multiple options. Let me see what I want to clarify. Why is the devil in reverse? Why is the devil in reverse for their feelings? We have death. Yeah, there's this element of you thinking that this person's moving on. Or like you feel like the tie that you guys maybe used to have a very like strong bond with each other that was like, again, not maybe the healthiest. But I feel like it has been some time since you guys have been in each other's energy, and so you do feel like this person is moving on to other things. Or this is from an old part of your life as well. Why is the Hangman here in reverse specifically? Page of Wands. Interesting. Okay, or maybe this person for some time didn't want to accept the distance between you guys with this Hangman in reverse. Yeah, maybe you felt like this person had a hard time like letting go of this connection, but maybe they eventually did. Like maybe for a long time they still tried to contact you, or maybe you tried to contact them. It could go either way. I'm kind of seeing both sides of this. I'm going to get one more for the Page of Wands. What about this Page of Wands for the Hangman in reverse? What I'm getting is that there was still like, okay, like what I'm getting is that even though you guys like may have been distant from each other, I feel like there's been some sort of unspoken like connection. So even though in like the physical, maybe you guys like had separated or like maybe you guys didn't talk anymore, it's almost like there was always this hope or this spark for something new. And like you always felt like this person hadn't completely let go of you, but like recently maybe you feel like they have more been letting go. But like maybe in the past, they made it clear to you or you perceived that they always kind of still had like a spark for you, you know? Or maybe they were just always very like drawn to you. I'm getting this person was always very drawn to you or vice versa. Why is the Two of Pentacles here? All right, this is the, you guys, I need help reading Roman numerals, seriously. This is the Nine of Wands that came out in reverse. Okay. Nine of Wands that came in reverse. You always viewed this person as someone who felt like definitely, maybe, okay, here's what I'm getting. Sorry, this took me a long time to tap into it, but this may be someone that like had a hard time getting over you for some time and had like a hard time rebalancing their life. And it's like you may have felt like they were very much like taken down by this connection. You know what I mean? It may have gone to a point where they literally had to just like accept that the connection was over. And you always knew though that like they kind of were like, I don't know, it's almost like they were like, this kind of changed their perception of love, or I feel like this was like a big like deal for them, like not being in your life anymore. I feel like that's something that was destabilizing for them, or that they had a hard time. There's almost like maybe this is a previous like codependent relationship that you were in is what I'm getting. I am getting there's like a history here with you guys where it's like you guys may have used to, you know, really rely on each other. And like, I feel like this person like very much had a hard time separating from you. But with the Lovers and the Ace of Cups, it's making me feel like maybe something new has come in, that you're perceiving that they may have a new option or something. And maybe this is why they're moving on. Interesting. All right. What's this Lovers? Who is this Lovers? Or like, what is this Lovers referring to? Two of Wands. Yeah. You almost are noticing that this person, they may be there's a feeling of them like almost looking optimistically at the future again. And so the way you perceive them is like, I feel like this could be with someone else though. What's this new love? Either this is with you or with someone else. I just need to tap in and like understand. Okay, so there was this story of them feeling like they didn't want to give up on this connection, but they were kind of forced to. And there was this feeling of like, did they ever really give up? And they were kind of forced to move on. But maybe there's hope again. You may be thinking that maybe there is renewed love in this connection or either with someone else. But we'll get more into it. Like, I want to understand. And with the Two of Wands here, it could be that they're deciding. But anyways, what is this Ace of Cups referring to? Like, is this all new energy? We have Page of Cups here in reverse. You guys, I'm getting for some of you that this is like someone that took the longest time to get over you and now they're like moving on to another relationship, or they may like still be stuck on you and maybe they're still hoping for a future with you even though this connection is clearly over. Very interesting. Can we get one more to understand the Lovers? Like, is this another person? Spirit, can you like confirm for me, like, who is this new love opportunity with? Okay, it comes out sideways as well. It's almost like there's another opportunity at love here, but I feel like this is someone from your past and you feel like they may be looking for an opportunity with you, or they may be still in this mentality of wanting a relationship with you, but it may just be someone you had like a long history with. Interesting. I am getting it's just between you because I feel like Spirit giving me a Two of Cups is saying like, this isn't a Three of Cups situation. This is like a Two of Cups. So it may be that they are still hoping, you perceive that they are still hope despite the past. And because they haven't given up on you, they still have held love for you almost over an inappropriate amount of time. Like almost like you would have expected this person to move on, or like, why didn't they move on? It's almost like they've been stuck on you for a really long time. And it could be someone like from your like earlier love life is what I'm getting. Interesting. And so now it's almost like there is potential for the future again, or you think that they think that there is. Okay. I hope this is making sense. I'm sorry that took me like a long time to get that out. But let's get some more clarification here. How is pile 3 thinking that their person is feeling towards them, or what their energy is like towards them? Unfinished symphony. Yeah, it's like they feel like they've really never been able to let go of you. Like this is like someone that you're very aware has been like hung up on you for a long time, and with go the distance being here in reverse, hang on. It's almost like funny because it's almost like this person has like, is this someone who's like delusional about it? What I'm curious about is your feelings towards them. But I know the reading isn't about that, so I won't pry. But like I am very curious about how you feel about this person. Yeah, it's almost like they're inappropriately obsessed with this. Okay, but with building blocks here, it's almost like there's this feeling of like you thinking that this person maybe perceives that in the past you guys like didn't have the building blocks to, or like this, maybe in the past this relationship wasn't built on like a very solid foundation, and so maybe now time has passed and like you may be thinking that this person is hoping that there's reconciliation possible, or maybe there's a new opportunity to rebuild this love. You think that this is how this person is feeling towards you because they've never gotten over you, and there's almost this feeling of you thinking that they maybe have renewed hope because it was a long time ago. Maybe you guys have changed and maybe there is new opportunity. You think that this person thinks that there's new opportunity with you in love because they never let go of you. Okay. I'm going to get more because I got more for the other groups, but it's almost like each reading is so unique. It almost makes sense to use different cards. Okay, well, let's get at least a couple of these guys, or one. Yeah, we have forgive here in reverse. You feel like this person, maybe this, oh my gosh. Okay, like I feel like you guys ended off on a note where like in the past, like, I feel like this person has felt very like jaded by something that happened in the past is what I'm getting. So either like you forced them out of their life, or like either way, something went down between you guys in the past that was very much like hard to get through. And I feel like this person ended up potentially even sacrificing this connection because they thought it wasn't healthy for them. And it's almost like they forced a separation in this connection when they didn't even really want it. And it's almost like now they're finally following their heart because they've always had love for you this whole time, but maybe they weren't able to forgive you at some point. And now that time has passed, it's almost like they are willing to forgive you. That's what you think they're feeling like. Okay, yeah. And then we have the Page of Cups here in reverse. I feel like for a long time they wouldn't open up to you emotionally, or it's like maybe there wasn't an apology. So one of you guys owed the other person an apology. It feels like it does feel like this person is the one who felt left out in the cold and the one who always held a light for this connection. But maybe they separated themselves from it because they perceived it wasn't necessarily healthy. And maybe they kind of forced distance between you or forced themselves to focus on something else. But I feel like they've never really forgotten. This is how you're perceiving it. They've never really forgotten about you. And so it's like they're coming back to see if there's something that you guys can build together. Okay, there we go. That's where I'm going to leave it at. I hope that makes sense. Yeah, it's making sense to me. Yeah, it's almost like they decided to follow their heart. So I'm definitely not getting if there was another person. It's more like this person may have held themselves back away from you because maybe at the time, like, it wasn't maybe you guys like still were growing through like codependencies or things like that. And it's like with this Hangman in reverse, it's like there's almost this energy. I feel like the reason why it's in reverse is because like they may have like surrendered the connection like outwardly, or they may have made it seem like they're focusing on other things, but I feel like you perceive that inwardly they never really let go of hope for this connection. Okay, yeah, and a spark for this connection. They didn't truly want to be separated, but I feel like they ended up, either you forced that on them or they decided that that was what was best. It could be different for different connections, but lots is what I'm picking up. So let's see how they're actually feeling towards you now, what their actual energy is like. I need a sip of water after that, like really exerting myself. Okay. How is pile 3 actually feeling? What's their actual energy like towards pile 3? What's their actual energy like? We have Ace of Swords. So they've had some sort of new like understanding, new realization, which would at least for now be in line with how you're feeling. What is their actual energy like? Oh, I don't know why this girl has made me feel like that, but like with her, she's like, mm-hmm. 9 of Cups. They're realizing that you are a wish fulfillment for them. They're like giddy about you. It's hilarious. The Tower. You came in like a wrecking ball. I never hit so hard in love. All I wanted was to break your walls. I feel like this person, you may have like hurt them in the past or something. Or vice versa. But like either way, like this person has like their heart, almost like they were trying to like hide what their heart really wanted and like hide the fact they still had feelings. But like I feel like some event happened that just like they just like woke up and like look at how it's hitting like their heart chakra, and it's like it almost like woke them up to like their feelings for this connection. And they just had this like insight, like undeniable truth about what they felt, you know, with that Ace of Swords there, about what they truly want. They had a sudden realization. Because I did feel like they were building up a tower, at least from your story and like with the way you're perceiving it. It seemed like they built up kind of like this like false detachment from the connection, and I feel like something came crumbling down and they like realized again. What are their actual feelings and thoughts? Is this supposed to be reverse? Oh my god. 10 of Cups. They're obsessed with you. Just kidding. But like, I feel like this person is very much like seeing the future again. It's like, I'm hearing like, I wouldn't want it any other way. Like, this is truly what I want. Like, I am realizing that. And this is the 6 of Wands. They want victory. This is truly what they want. You know what I mean? They really like you. Like, they really like see a future with you. And they can't deny that like you are the one that makes them feel the most happy. Like you make this person just feel very like giddy and like seen, and like you really just light this person up, and like you literally it's like you do something to this person like that wakes their heart chakra up. This person may like be someone who like has a hard time opening up their emotions, but I almost feel like this person like you disarm this person. Like I feel like it's hard for them to like lie about their feelings like when it comes to you, and like yeah. I'm also hearing Electric Love by Borns. Yeah, we had the 6 of Cups here in reverse. They had a realization that they still miss you. Again, the Hierophant at the back of the deck in reverse. is this like a non-traditional type of a relationship or something? Like, is this just potentially for some of you? Like, there is a possibility that something that was like difficult about this connection was like maybe it's like non-traditional. Like maybe it's like you and a teacher, like you and a boss, or like something like that. It's like almost like maybe that's why they held back in the past. Maybe that's why like the connection didn't work. Like it could be different for all of you, but maybe you guys just never really had a traditional relationship, or maybe you guys never really had the opportunity to build up a very traditional relationship, and so maybe it was unhealthy in that way. But I feel like with the Tower here and the Six of Cups in reverse, it just hit them, this nostalgic feeling, and the fact that they may have been repressing these deep like soulmate feelings that they have for you. And they just like couldn't deny it anymore. And like this is truly what they want, like 1,000,000,000,000,000%. So like you guys, especially if you guys have made it through like part 1 of like my bejumbling of my words for this reading, like then you definitely deserve this affirmation, because this person is very much for you, like no doubt in their minds. Like I'm hearing like you're the one I want. In Greece, you are the one I want. Yeah. They may have felt for whatever reason like it would have been hard to like build something together, and like maybe that's why they distance. I don't know. I feel like I could like stay on this relationship for a really long time. I like enjoying this reading. Like I feel like the overall story plot is kind of interesting. I do. Why is that? Actually, you know what? I'm gonna find out. Why is the Hierophant? Why is it in reverse? Was there some reason why you guys couldn't be together in the past or something? Like it could have just been that like maybe you guys weren't ready for something more serious and committed. It could be as simple as that. So for some of you guys, it could just be like that in the past, or not even in the past, because it's coming up now, but like there's just always been a question of whether or not could this be a traditional relationship? Like could we be committed, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife? Like could we really like do that, you know? For some reason, I feel like you guys like maybe didn't think that traditionally it made sense or something. It could be because one of you guys was like commitment phobe for some time. It also could be that there was some like traditional reason why it didn't make sense. But why is this Hierophant in reverse? 4 of Pentacles. Okay, so like for me, that's kind of more coming across as like, no, again, okay, it could mean anything though, because it could be that someone was playing it safe, or someone felt like, again, I'm Spirit saying it's either of those. For whatever reason, it was like you guys didn't like make this into a traditional relationship in the past because maybe one person was afraid to open up their heart and sabotage the connection, or maybe one person was afraid that they might like lose their job, or like that they may have been afraid of like taking that risk. It could have been risky for you guys to be together at one point. But for others of you, it could have just been that one person was very closed off to love, you know? So take what resonates for your situation, of course. Okay, let's get some oracle cards for, ooh. We also have to be fair here. To be fair, to be honest. I feel like this person, again, held things back. This person, again, the forgiveness makes me feel like at one point this connection did get messy, like in the past, or like there may have just been this element of unhealthiness to it. And I feel like with this to be fair situation, I almost feel like this is them taking accountability for their side in it. Because maybe for some time this person blamed you, and maybe that's why they pushed you away. But it's almost like they're coming into more honesty about like their role in it, your role, like they're ready to like be honest about the situation is what I'm getting with that. And then with message and ball at the back, I'm just like seeing it. I almost feel like this person has like really tried to ignore like signs about you, or like I feel like this person's ignored signs of like being pushed towards you. Yeah, we have TikTok. This person's realizing that they may not have forever is what I'm getting. It's almost like maybe they realize that like maybe it hit them. Maybe that's what kind of hit them so much, is that they, you know, if not now, then when? You know, with TikTok, it's like they may have just realized that like if they don't ever do anything, they would always blame themselves for not being honest about this. It's something they always planned on doing, but they almost started feeling like enough time had passed where it's like, you know, I feel like if I don't say something now, like I may never do it then, you know? All right, what kind of energy are they coming through with? What kind of energy are they coming through with here? Oh, I love this. I love this. I love this. Wow, the sage has been coming through a lot, but this person's almost like having this spiritual awakening where they're very much willing to take risks now. This fatalist talks about, like, I feel like in the past maybe someone was playing it safe, but this person does not care like what they have to tread through or like how difficult it is, like how treacherous it could be trying to make this work with you. Like if there's like a risk of like other people finding out and that's an issue, they don't care. Like this person, this card talks about getting through the changes of life and softening to things that would usually cause people a lot of fear and like change. And it's almost like this person's embracing change for the first time, or they're allowing themselves to tap into that part of themselves that can go with the flow and has confidence that they can overcome whatever like barrier there is here. This person is just feeling like they're willing to take a risk here, and they don't, they're very much in this space of ready to follow their heart with the sage. They're ready to put like practicality and security behind them. It's like they're ready to chase what they want. You know, they're ready to have victory here. And I feel like this is something that like hit them very rapidly, that they're like done with like, I don't know, like almost like letting time pass or something. Yeah, you guys. And I also just want to add in that like from the past, it's kind of like coming together more now. It's like, I feel like for some of you guys, this was a situation where this connection got messy because it wasn't like the right timing for it almost. It's like divine timing was at play in this connection, I feel like. And I feel like you guys were meant to meet at a time where you guys were going to then be torn apart. So then you guys could grow in your own different ways and then come back together. Like I'm definitely getting that vibe from this connection. And for some of you, it could have been that you pushed this person away, but always felt like they still cared for you. It could be that they pushed you away because something happened, but you've always kind of felt like they didn't truly let go of you. Either way, there was this feeling that this person didn't truly let go, but they had been making it look like they did, you know? But either way, they're done with that, you know? And so that's good. All right, what else? What else are there? What's coming through here for their honest feelings? Romance. Oh my gosh, of course that comes out and connect at the back of the deck. This person is like ready for it all. Oh, there's a song, I want it all. Oh, there's a song, I want it all. It says that at one point. Oh my god, I bet that song's really relevant. I wish I had like a computer next to me. It's like, I want it all. It's kind of like a more indie band though. Not necessarily indie, but it's kind of like an alternative song. You got that. I want it all. Oh my gosh, I want to find the song. Oh, I hate when I do this, you guys. Because I could spend a really long time trying to figure out the song right now, but I know that's not practical for the reading. You got that. Like, it's just a song saying, like, I'm ready, I'm all in, like, 100% yes, yes, like, yes. Truth, following the truth of your heart. Oh, no longer hiding it. To be fair here, wow, this person's really following their heart. This is like so cute. I didn't know this reading was going to take this turn, honestly. They're like, I'm wasting no more time. You know what I mean? Like that's how they feel. Like I don't care what I have to risk to get there. I'll go blindfolded. I'll go literally on this thin, I'll walk across a rope for you. Like I don't care. Like if not now, what's the point of living? Like this person's in this very like crisis-y mode right now. They like love you. It's really cute. Like it's really cute. You know, they don't care what barriers there are. Like 100% they're feeling it. I hope I didn't throw you guys off when I was like, this is definitely no contact, because I feel like this may be someone that recently came back into your life. That's why I should wait to pull more cards, I feel like, before I get into things. But that is what I have for you, Pile 3. If this did resonate, please do hit the like button. It really does support my channel, makes a big difference. So thank you guys to those of you that do that. I do like to read your guys' comments, so if you want to leave one, I will read it. And if you have not subscribed, consider subscribing, because I will be posting about 2 readings, pick card readings per week. So I'm hoping to see you at the next one, and have a great rest of your day.